stop. Don't skip this, because what just changed could quietly reduce your Social Security and cost you thousands of dollars over time. And the most surprising part? Most Americans still don't even know it happened. Welcome to Senior Authority. Floyd here. And today, we're going to break down something that could impact your retirement in a way most people aren't prepared for. This isn't just another update. This isn't routine. This is something different. And the reason it matters so much is because it didn't come with noise. It came with silence. For months, something felt off. There were no major announcements, no clear updates, no communication that matched what experts were expecting. And when a system this important suddenly goes quiet, it usually means something is happening behind the scenes, something significant. Financial analysts were the first to notice. Routine reports that usually came on schedule didn't. Expected projections were delayed. Regular communication patterns started to break, and people who track this system closely knew this wasn't random. This was intentional. Advocacy groups started asking questions. They wanted transparency. They wanted clarity. They wanted answers about what might be changing. But for months, they got nothing. No confirmation, no explanation, just silence, until today. Because today, that silence ended, and what was announced has already started reshaping how people think about their retirement. A major rule change, a structural adjustment, a shift in how Social Security benefits are calculated moving forward. Not years from now, not slowly over decades, but soon. And here's what makes this even more concerning. It happened quickly, faster than most people expected, without the kind of extended public discussion that usually comes with changes like this. And now, millions of Americans are trying to understand what it means after the fact. Let me ask you something. Did you hear about this before today? Because that's exactly the issue. While people were going about their lives, working, saving, planning, this change was being built quietly in the background. And now it's here. And this is where it gets serious. The formula used to calculate your Social Security benefits has been adjusted. Not dramatically at first glance, just a few percentage points. Small changes, the kind that don't seem alarming. But in reality, they are. Because when those small changes are applied over 20, 25, even 30 years of retirement, they don't stay small. They grow. $40 less per month, $50 less per month, maybe even $75. At first, it doesn't sound like much. But over time, that's $600 a year. $6,000 over 10 years. $15,000, even $20,000 or more over retirement. And for many people, that's not small. That's critical. That's groceries. That's medication. That's daily living. Now imagine this. You've worked your entire life, 30 years, 40 years. You paid into the system consistently. You trusted that when the time came, the system would be there for you. You planned your retirement around a number you believed was stable, reliable, predictable, and then suddenly, that number changes. Not because of something you did, but because the system itself changed. That's what's happening right now. And that's why experts are reacting the way they are. Not calmly, not casually, but urgently. Because once these changes take effect, they are extremely difficult to reverse. And if you don't understand them early, you may lose your ability to respond. Wait, it gets worse. This isn't just one change, it's several, happening at the same time. If you're between 62 and 70, this affects you. If you're planning to retire soon, this affects you. If you're married, this affects you. If you're relying on survivor benefits, this affects you. Because different parts of the system are being adjusted together. Working while collecting benefits, the penalty for earning above the limit just became stricter, which means you could lose more of your benefits than before. Married couples, Some of the strategies that allowed you to maximize lifetime income are now restricted. Flexibility has been reduced. Options have been limited. Survivor benefits? In certain situations, they may now be calculated using reduced benefit amounts instead of full ones, which means future payouts could be lower than expected. Individually, each change might seem manageable, but together, they reshape the system. Let me simplify this for you. This isn't about complicated policy language. This is about one thing: how much money actually reaches you every single month. And here's the part most people still don't realize. There is still a window, right now. If you file before the end of 2025, you may be able to lock in the old rules. That's your opportunity. That's your protection. But that window is closing. Fast. Not years. Not even many months. Weeks. And once it closes, that's it. The new system applies. No exceptions. No second chances. I've looked at the data closely. And here's what most people are missing. This isn't just about reducing benefits. It's about changing behavior, encouraging people to delay retirement, to stay in the workforce longer, to rethink when and how they claim benefits. But here's what nobody is talking about. This didn't happen alone. At the same time, Medicare costs are increasing. Income thresholds are tightening. Other retirement-related adjustments are happening quietly alongside this one. And when multiple pieces move together like this, it usually means something bigger is happening. Some analysts believe this is just the beginning, a test, to see how people respond. Others believe it's part of a long-term restructuring strategy. And some experts are concerned that this could open the door to more frequent changes in the future. But here's what they didn't expect. People noticed, and they reacted fast. Advocacy groups mobilized almost immediately. Millions of Americans were informed within hours. Retirees started asking questions. Financial advisors began reviewing client plans. Strategies were being adjusted in real time. Because when people understand what's at stake, they don't stay quiet. They act. And that changes everything. Because this isn't just about policy. This is about real life, real people, real financial security. So let me ask you again. If your monthly check dropped by even $50, would that affect your life? Because for many people, that's the difference between comfort and stress, between stability and uncertainty, between independence and struggle. This is a critical moment, and I want you to understand this clearly. The next 60 days could determine how much you receive for the next 20, even 30 years. That's not hype. That's reality. So don't ignore this. Don't assume it won't affect you, and don't wait until it's too late. Because this is exactly how changes happen. Quietly. Until one day, they're already in effect. And by then, there's nothing you can do. But right now, you still have time. Time to understand. Time to prepare. Time to make informed decisions. And that time matters. Because now, you know. You know what changed. You know what's at stake. And you know what most people still haven't realized. And now you know what they didn't want you to notice. If you're close to retirement, you need to subscribe right now. Because here on Senior Authority, Floyd breaks this down in a way that actually helps you stay ahead, not confused. Comment 2026 if you want a full breakdown of exactly how much you could lose based on your situation. Because what you don't know can cost you, and what you do next could change everything.